All right, guys, good morning. Just give me a moment. I'm trying to edit my live here. Let's see. Downloads. There we go. Boom. Perfect. Awesome. So, how's everyone doing today? Okay, I've got too many things going on with thumbnails. How we all doing? Steven, good morning. Vasea, good morning. 12 Supreme, how we doing? KJ, how we doing? Awesome, guys. So we've been making a lot of money on shorts, and we've been making a lot of money this past weekend on the overall market. Now, London did distribute for the most part here, and we can see New York is trying to break out of this small downtrend, right? So New York is definitely trying to break out. JJ, dude, crypto, how you doing? I'm doing okay. GP, good morning. Just Josh and good morning. Okay, guys, so we are definitely trying to break out into the New York session in the shorter term. Now, typically, New York does manipulate. And if you look at Tokyo ranged, accumulated, not much is happening there. London kind of tried to pump a bit. We are below the conversion line. So this is going to be your key resistance around, $80,000. However, we are breaking out. Okay, so we are breaking out into the morning time here. You can see that New York broke out on the RSI, right? When you have a big drop, guys, you're eventually going to have a pump, and then you're going to have a drop and then a pump. I know we are in a downtrend market, but the reality is that we are definitely breaking out in the shorter term. So if we're breaking out in the shorter term, that means that Bitcoin could potentially come up in the shorter term to about 87K. However, we do need to break this area right here, which is this conversion line, and then come back up. If I'm looking at most altcoins, even XRP, it did break out, right? So it kind of broke out-ish, right? So XRP broke out, tried to break out, definitely did break out. It back tested the channel right here. It did break the trend, but now you're seeing pretty much everything breaking out in the shorter term. Now the question is this going to be a shorter term breakout, or is it going to be a manipulation drop / pump? Now, if I go to Bitcoin, maybe not XRP, but if I go to Bitcoin, we are still below the 9 and 21 here, and we do have a fair value gap approaching here too. So this is a 4-hour time frame. Do I trust this breakout? Yes, but no at the same point, because we did break out on the RSI, but keep in mind this is from here to here. So the actual RSI needs to be redrawn at some point, and then we'll have to see where we stand, right? So at the moment, it looks like this is a pump and dump manipulation into New York, because we actually ended up breaking this trend right here, kind of ranging in a bit of a double top here. So we never actually held a trend. If you want to look at the trend that we held, that would be right here to about 76K. However, we did definitely break out. So now it's up to New York to see if we actually break this resistance right here. Going on our liquidity gaps here. Again, XRP broke out too, but if you look at XRP, guys, we've just been rising in this uptrend here to about the top, which I would say is about 165, but we actually never are forming a trend. We're just in a rising wedge. So I'm not going to call this a fake out, but I am going to say there is some signs looking like we are going to drop at least back down to around 75.2. Otherwise, if we do break this liquidity gap area here at around 79.3, then we will pump all the way up to that 80K target that is at our resistance. And we can see that right here. So if you're looking at the top here, well, it'll be a lot higher than 80K. It would be about 86K on Bitcoin, right? So the question is, are we going to play this rising channel that we had, a rising wedge? Because we broke the trend, we went sideways, we're in a double top. Or are we actually going to break out right now? Or is this going to be manipulation? Because again, look at your 5 minute, right? Sure, we look like we're trying to break out there, but the 5 minute already broke the trend, and the 5 minute is a very, very key indication of a trend going up or down. Right now, it looks like we could possibly come down after this 15 minute is overbought. So this is a no trading zone for me typically, guys. Honestly, if I was trading this, I'd probably be shorting this. I'm in an XRP short, doubling up on my XRP short. Yes, we are breaking out in the shorter term, but I don't trust this rising wedge, and I definitely don't trust a trend breaking on the 5 minute, right? That's all away from 153 or Bitcoin around 74. So keep that in mind. Things are trying to break out, but they don't look like strong breakouts. They look like they're trying to fake out, manipulate, and it looks like we're trying to get some liquidity there and then come back down. If you are trading, I recommend 10x, 5x leverage, whatever it is, if you're large caps. Furthermore, we have bullish divergence here too as well, guys. There's a possibility we do come up to 166 to complete the neckline of that bullish divergence. We'll have to see. The Hex Star, how you doing? White, good evening. Solana. Remember, guys, this is a New York session, so I'm 50-50, but it does look like this is manipulation. We'll have to see. Good morning, Tim. How you doing? So Solana's looking actually pretty good here to the top of the resistance. I know we've been lagging a bit on Sol. We had a really nice rounded double bottom here at 96. Little breakout. You're looking at Solana hitting roughly 110. On Solana. If Sol breaks out, there's a possibility we go a lot higher. Do I think Solana's going to break out? I'm not sure. If I actually look from here to here off of my then I could see Solana broke out, and the RSI broke out on a lot of projects. But the problem is we never actually broke out of the channel. So that RSI might need to be redrawn, and that could be a huge fake out into the resistance there. But if you're looking at longing Solana or even shorting it, it should hit about 111. Will it break out? I'm 50-50. The caveat though here, guys, is that we are completely oversold on the 4-hour time frame. We can see we're very, very oversold on that 4-hour time frame, moving up. But then we've got this resistance right here. So if Bitcoin did want to pump, I would be expecting at least a conversion line at around 80K. I can't promise you Bitcoin's going to pump to that. We just kind of got to see how this 4-hour closes. London definitely caused some good momentum in the market, though, I will say that. And then with XRP, guys, too, we did break out for sure, but that is looking like a fake out to me. XRP has broken out multiple times over and over and over again. And every time XRP breaks out, it ends up faking out. So if you guys could find an XRP short around right here, I would probably be shorting XRP in this region. Stop loss above 167, the previous high, because money flow is moving out. 5 minutes already overbought. 1 hour is overbought. We're just really waiting for that 15 to come back up. It already broke trend. Once that 15 comes back up, it looks like XRP could drop to about 153. There's a possibility we do come up to 167 though. But if I'm looking at my liquidity gaps here, yeah, I would say XRP is probably going to be rolling over around 165 off of this rising wedge that broke. The way I'm seeing this right now, guys, it does look like this is a manipulation pump and dump. Like we're trying to break that resistance. We can't break it. If I draw my... We're trying to break it in this area. Really waiting for this 15-minute to come back up and then become overbought. All right, guys, how's everybody doing with trading? What trades are everybody in right now? Is anyone trading the New York session? Are you guys sitting on your hands? Nothing crazy is really going on in New York right now. We're not, we don't have a God candle green coming in, a God candle red. We're just kind of ranging in that area. The 4 hour is definitely going to depict which direction we go. I want to see if USDT calmed down here a bit. Okay, so it is trying to calm down. We are still on an uptrend. There is bearish dive on Tether DOM. We are bouncing off of this uptrend here, oversold. So there's a possibility we come up here. If we don't come up here, then we drop all the way back down. Hit this fair value gap. And then once we hit this fair value gap, you're looking at a retrace back up. So really, we're just waiting on this 4 hour time frame. And this is why I like doing the lives around this time, around 9 o'clock, guys, because the 4 hours is what we need to pay attention to. Off that 4 hour flip, we either go up or we go down. New York is really trying to sell the breakout right here. New York is really trying to sell the breakout. The short-term breakout, that is. Yeah, so with XRP, I just see it ranging, right? I don't know. I see it ranging in this region right here. I don't see it breaking 167. Of course, anything could happen, but it is up to, okay, now Bitcoin's running a bit. Okay, so Bitcoin's definitely running a bit right now for sure. So if I redraw my channel, this could be the back test of the channel. But we still, I would say there's a slight possibility we push up to the conversion line around 80K. We'll have to see. I'm not bearish and I'm not bullish. I'm 50-50 because we know New York likes to manipulate, at least for this session. We made a lot of money off the Bitcoin short on the weekend, guys. Made a lot of money on the XRP short on the weekend. Make sure you guys set stop losses and profit. Make sure you guys set stop losses. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing here. Okay, so we've got a liquidity gap right here. We've got our key resistance trying to break out. So if we break out of 79.3, we're definitely moving up to about 80K. Well, yeah, 80K5 would be the conversion line. What happens after a big drop? We have a pump and then continuation. Now we are on a downtrend. Keep that in mind. So I'm going to draw my RSI right here. So I would see if Bitcoin's actually going to run a bit, that we come up to the top here of the 4-hour. Will we break out of that? I'm not sure, but that would be about 89.9. But you've got a lot of resistance on Bitcoin right here too. So I'm 50-50 in the market right now. If we look at total 3, total 3's got a triple bottom, which is nice, or double bottom, triple bottom at that support. Okay, so there's a fair value gap here. Total 3 did break out. Or did it? Total 3 is trying to break out for sure. It is about to break out. So altcoins are on the verge of breaking out, but they did not yet. Which would indicate to me here around 777 that we are close to breaking out. Like we broke out on our RSI already, but we never actually broke out on the trend. Never mind, we didn't break out on the RSI. That you draw that to there, we can go a bit further, but it is not a clear breakout. We'll have to see what happens here in the market, guys. Steven says sitting on hands. Yeah, it is a good morning to sit on your hands and kind of see what the market is doing, because again, we did break the trend to the downside on the 5-minute, and Bitcoin did definitely break out. Just really waiting on this 4-hour candle here to see what happens. Okay, let's see what Ethereum is doing. I know Ethereum hit the bottom, or pretty close to the bottom of the channel. So that means ETH. So if we're looking at ETH, we did break out. No, we didn't break out. Okay, so Bitcoin broke out, but ETH did not break out. So Ethereum didn't break out. We're hitting the resistance right here on ETH at around 2,300. And same thing here. We had an uptrend. We had a little uptrend on the 5-minute for the last 24 hours. We broke it. So Bitcoin and XRP is only the real asset that broke out, but is not really doing much. So this should be the top on Ethereum. Yeah, ETH is very, very close to breaking out, but it hasn't. So if I'd be looking at a short after the 4-hour, if it rejects here, I'd probably be looking for a short on Ethereum if it ends up breaking the trend, which would pretty much be right here, or even in this area here right now, around 2,400. You're just kind of waiting for that 15 to be overbought, which it is. What are you guys thinking? Manipulation, pump, or dump? Like, this is a clean breakout on Bitcoin. If you look at it, it technically did backtest the trend here. If I look at it from a different angle. Wait, maybe, hold on. Got to make sure these channels are drawn perfect. Okay, so never mind, you didn't have a backtest, because if you look right here, you have your resistance right here. You have a candle that went in and it looked like it backtested, but you're actually still inside of the channel. So, and there's massive bearish divergence now on Bitcoin on the 5-minute and probably going to be on the 15-minute time frame. Just gotta wait for this 4-hour candle. Right, let's look at CoinGecko. Not too much is happening in the market right now, so I can look at a few altcoins, maybe Hyperliquid. Did Hype ever hit my area yet? It's close. We're about to hit it. We are about to hit it. If I look at hype, I've been waiting for this short at the top of resistance here, and it has just been lagging over and over again. It did hit it. Hype definitely did hit it. The question is, are we going to break out? We're on a little bit of an uptrend here on hype, guys. So this would be 33, 34 would have been a good short in hype. But now it would be outside the break of this trend here, because hype is probably going to form a lower high on that channel and then drop. That was what I was waiting for, 33.30 or 33.40 on hype, the top of this resistance, and we did hit it. Now we're looking at reversing and coming down. Possibly hype is looking really good for a short. If it does break out of that, then hype is going to pump all the way to the top, but I don't see it doing that because we already hit the top of the channel. GP coin 98. Okay. I messed up my back so much this weekend, guys. I'm not sure what happened, but I've been in the most craziest pain the last couple of days. Coin 98, you got some volume in here for sure. A little rounded bottom. Crypto is just so boring. I don't know why. It just feels like whatever volume's coming in the market is just, oh, look, Bitcoin is getting some sell pressure here. Possibly into the 4-hour close. Coin 98 is looking good. It did break out. But again, longing this market is just really, really tricky right now. It's not looking too bad. You had a little bit of a pump. I would say it broke out here again too, so you could hypothetically pump to the top. Coin 98 is definitely looking okay if we could hold this support. Kind of does look like a pump and dump here, but yeah, it does have a rounded bottom. So potentially this could pump all the way back to here. It's really just liquidity, direction, volatility, trying to make something happen in a bearish market. Bulla's trying to do something, it seems, after 100% dump. I've never heard of that. I'm assuming Bulla's a meme coin. Oh, that is a big drop, yeah. So, guys, my top two trades right now are Bitcoin short and XRP short. Well, mainly just the XRP short because XRP is just ranging. Probably a Bitcoin short too. Yeah, Bulla's looking okay. Huge rounded bottom. Not sure if this is actually going to do anything, but we did break the RSI, so there's a possibility this starts slowly pumping, maybe. It is a rounded bottom by industry standard here, which would mean that this is probably going to pump all the way back up to 33 cents. I don't know. That's the tough one because they even broke the rounded bottom, the triple bottom here. Yeah, this would, yeah. So XRP is rejecting like I thought, or not XRP. Ethereum's rejecting like I thought. XRP is rejecting as well, right? Once you break a trend, it's very, very hard to get back inside of a trend. That is the main thing I can say. Do cat, cow, yoga pose, and cobra pose for a couple of minutes. I am going to do that. Hexstar, thank you. I actually was looking at the cow yoga pose, the cat cow. So now that you told me, I'm definitely going to do it because I am in crazy pain. I say XRP comes all the way back down to 151, possibly 142. Definitely 151. Okay, let's take a look at Bulla here on this. So here's what I would do about Bulla. Slack, how you doing? Good morning. Outside of this cloud, if this cloud flips green and has to change of character, this thing is definitely gonna pump. But if it breaks out, of 0.254, it could pump all the way up to here. All the way up to here, which is a very, very big move of 1,000%. So I'm not sure if it will, but it will have blank space if it breaks 0.2741. So keep that in mind. All right, we've got a 4-hour close coming up here on Bitcoin. Five minutes overbought, bearish divergence is coming into play. 15-minute, you're kind of just waiting for the 15-minute time frame to settle here because we already broke the trend. So once this 15-minute becomes overbought, then you should start having some sell pressure. And the 1 hour is overbought here as well too. JJ, do crypto. What about BNB? I could look at BNB for sure. Looks like my idea to hold a short was a good idea. Well, on XRP anyways, possibly Ethereum, possibly BNB. So BNB could hit about 786. It is kind of rolling over here with some bearish dive. Yeah, BNB could actually drop quite a lot. I forgot about BNB. I haven't traded BNB for a while. BNB is going to be a very, very good short. At around 784. If you could try to get a short around this, even this area on BNB would be really good. Or outside of the break of 762 all the way back down to 725. BNB is looking like a dynamite short. And this is what I mean, guys. Altcoins haven't broken out yet. If you look at total 3, it looks like this was a manipulation pump and dump into the morning for New York. Pretty simple, right? But if you look at total 3, even though things are kind of trying to pump a bit, you never actually broke out of the downtrend here in your altcoins, which would be about right here. So that means total 3 would drop all the way back down to 742. All right, we have a couple minutes left on this 4-hour close. We'll see if this is really a fake out or not. How about XAU? What is XAU doing here? Oh, wow. Gold did what we pretty much thought gold would do. It hit the top of that. It hit the top of that downtrend resistance. You broke it. You're going down. And now you can see gold is continuing down here. Gold is probably going to have a pretty big drop if we break this area at 4,400, because we are back testing that. We're back testing that support that you broke, and you're kind of moving to the downside on gold. So then we're looking at gold hitting here and ultimately all the way down here around 3,800. Like I said, guys, if you look at the monthly time frame on gold, I know we're not playing the monthly, or at least the weekly and the 3-day. We've got that bearish dive on gold. We're dropping. The 18-hour did break trend on gold. The daily broke trend on gold as well. And same thing with silver, I believe. So silver can come all the way down to about $51. The sell-off is starting in the market. Silver, gold, Bitcoin trying to recover a bit. All right, the 4 hours closed. Let's see what happens here. So yeah, we're just really waiting for the 5-minute to become overbought. 15-minute is overbought. Waiting for the 5-minute to become overbought here because, again, you did break the trend. 1 hour is overbought, but you did break out. 4 hours almost overbought at the top here. And you did not break out of the 4-hour downtrend. So I would say you're going to range a bit, maybe start having some sell pressure, but you're just really waiting for that 15-minute to be overbought. Once that 15-minute is overbought, the market should start dropping. We are completely overbought in the 1 hour time frame. I would expect a sell-off to start happening here. So I would be shorting Bitcoin right here, and I would have a stop loss at about $80,100. Is where I would be trying to play that out. Okay, so XRP is in a double top. 5 minutes coming down here. Again, you're kind of just chilling on the 15. So you did break out, which means that the 15-minute needs to catch up. 1 hour is overbought. I would say we're redrawing this trend to right here. Which would mean that we're just really going sideways, right? So I'm going to redraw that right here because if I do look at my channel, that looks like it could be the continuation of the downtrend channel right there. And then off of this trend line break right here, we should drop all the way back down to about 153. It all depends on what Bitcoin's going to do. Into this 18-hour close, I would say we're going to start dropping. So Yeah, the next couple of hours here, guys, I would say we start dropping after ranging a bit in this region and then faking out and coming back inside of the channel. Of course, anything could happen, but we already did break the trend. And it looks like the 4-hour time frame on Bitcoin is reversing as well until Bitcoin's overbought here. So looks like there was a little manipulation pump into the 4-hour time frame. Or not the 4-hour, but into Bitcoin in the New York Open. BNB is a really good short too, guys. So make sure you guys check out BNB. All right, that's pretty much what I got for you guys this morning. Make sure you come on the Tokyo Live today at 8 to 8:30 p.m. CST. We got a Tokyo Live for you guys. Set your stop losses and profit. XRP is my top short. BNB is my top short. Ethereum's my top short. Like, look at ETH. ETH is approaching the top of the channel here. You got some crazy bearish dive on Ethereum here. But I hope everyone has a really good morning, guys. We just went over the basics, what we really needed to go over today. I wouldn't be longing. I'd be only looking for shorts right now. And then we'll see you guys on the Tokyo session at 8 to 8:30 p.m. CST. What amounts am I using? 5 to 10K. Just the basic. 5 to 10K, 10x leverage on XRP. I've been holding my XRP short, kind of doubling up because I see us in a downtrend. And when XRP does dump, it is really going to drop, right? So you've got that double top right here. You're overbought in the 1-hour time frame. And you're overbought in the 4 hours. So that is enough to actually, it's a big double top. 5 to 10K at 10x. If I'm going Bitcoin right now, I'd be going about 20 to 30x, not 50 to 60, because we dropped a lot and we could go up. Olga, good morning. We're going to end the live off there, guys. So top trades, XRP, Bitcoin short, and Ethereum/BNB. We'll see you guys on the Tokyo session live today around 8 to 8:30.